In a dusty town where the tumbleweeds go, lived an old gunfighter, named him Smokin Joe. His pistol swore allegiance to the sky and the ground, only cold, stiff confidence where his foes were found. The saloon door swung as he walked on in, a buzz of anticipation, whispers thick and thin. His face carved in shadows, eyes a steely gray, a legend in his lifetime, but youth had slipped away. This old gunfighter's life has been paved with stone, blood on his saddle from battles he's sown. A ghost in the moonlight, he's searching the night for a final duel to make everything right. He met a young outlaw with fire in his eyes, a boy just like him, full of twisted lies. They squared off at sundown, the town held its breath, one seeking glory, the other seeking death. The clock struck high noon, dusty street was the stage, two figures ready to flip a brutal page. Guns flashed like lightning, echoes painted the breeze, one body hit the dirt, falling to its knees. This old gunfighter's life has been paved with stone, blood on his saddle from battles he's sown. A ghost in the moonlight, he's searching the night for a final duel to make everything right. The clock struck high noon, dusty street was the stage, two figures ready to flip a brutal page. Guns flashed like lightning, echoes painted the breeze, one body hit the dirt, falling to its knees. This old gunfighter's life has been paved with stone, blood on his saddle from battles he's sown. A ghost in the moonlight, he's searching the night for a final duel to make everything right. Young Joe rode into a town called Dusty Plains, a place where trouble brewed and fortune never gained. Just a kid with a dream, a saddle and a gun, searching for a purpose under the burning sun. He found work in a saloon, sweeping floors and pouring drinks, watching poker hands and listening to what everyone thinks. He saw the men with money, with power in their eyes, and learned real fast that here only the strong survive. But in the land of rust and stone, a young man's pride can't leave well alone. The danger to his pistol, his fate was sealed. In the dust and the heat, his destiny revealed. But in the land of rust and stone, a young man's pride can't leave well alone. The day he drew his pistol, his fate was sealed. In the dust and the heat, his destiny revealed. The gambler came through with a sneer and a silver tongue, started calling Joe out, said, "Boy, you're just too young." But Joe had seen enough, he felt the fire ignite, reached for his revolver, ready for a fight. The room fell silent, the crowd stepped back, two men in the middle ready to attack. Joe's hand was steady, his eyes sharp and clear, his heartbeat pounded, but he felt no fear. But in the land of rust and stone, a young man's pride can't leave well alone. The day drew his pistol, his fate was sealed. In the dust and the heat, his destiny revealed. Shots rang out like thunder and the night began, but hit the ground in the dim saloon light. Joe stood still, the smoke curled around. A boy became a man in that old ghost town. The sheriff took notice, gave Joe a grin, said, "You got a quick hand, boy, a talent for sin." But Joe felt a change, something dark and deep. He'd taken a life and his soul wouldn't sleep. In the land of rust and stone, a gunslinger's heart is carved from bone. That first taste of power he couldn't deny, and so began the journey of his life. With a badge on his chest and a gun by his side, Smokin Joe was born on a fateful ride. From a boy with a dream to a name known wide, in the dust and the shadows he chose his side. Sets on the dust and bone. Now the law's my only home. Once was a time I was just like them, a wanderer, a dreamer, far from a friend. But the devil's games, they got in my soul. Now I wear this star, taking back control. There's blood on my hands and the weight of the past, but the law's my weapon and it's holding fast. Every bullet's got a reason, every fight's got a cost, but the law's my weapon and it's holding fast. Every bullet's got a reason, every fight's got a cost, but in the eyes of guilty there's a line I've crossed. A gunslinger for the law, but I ain't clean, carrying the badge like a ghost unseen. With the fire of justice I stand tall, but every shot I fire I feel the fall. The lawman's burden is hard to bear, in every shadow I feel the stare. They call me sheriff, but they don't see the scars. I've traded freedom for these iron bars. Each outlaw I face, I see a piece of me, a life I left behind that I can't set free. I walk through this town, boots heavy with guilt. The line between right and wrong is starting to tilt. The eye on my hip speaks louder than words, and every draw, every showdown, the truth is blurred. A gunslinger for the law, but I ain't clean, carrying the badge like a ghost unseen. With the fire of justice I stand tall, but every shot I fire I feel the fall. The lawman's burden is hard to bear, in every shadow I feel the stare. For mercy, only black and white, but I've seen too many souls lost in the fight. I carry this badge, but I'm still a man, trying to survive with a bloodstained hand. I've been judge, jury, executioner too, but the man in the mirror is someone I outgrew. A gunslinger for the law, but I ain't clean, carrying the badge like a ghost unseen. With the fire of justice I stand tall, but every shot I fire I feel the fall. The lawman's burden is hard to bear, in every shadow I feel the stare. Lawman's burden, it's more than I can hold, but I keep riding till my story's told. In the shadow of the dust and guns, we found love where there should be none. I met her when the sky was bleeding red, a quiet town where the restless tread. She had a smile that could stop the storm. In her arms I felt safe, felt warm. But the devil's game that called me home, a gunslinger's path forever alone. But in her eyes I saw a light, a love that could have pulled me from the fight. But every time I held her close, my demons whispered what I fear the most. Love under the gun, can't hold on tight. The flame burns fast in the dead of night. I gave her my heart, but she couldn't stay. The shadow of my gun drove her away. Love under the gun, too close to the flame. A heart like mine can't play that game. She gave me hope, but it wasn't enough. 'Cause love under the gun will always turn her rough. Promised her a life beyond the dust, but all I could offer was broken trust. She watched me draw with a heavy sigh, said, "Joe, your love is gonna run dry." Her tears fell like rain on desert ground. I was lost while she wanted to be found. I saw her fade as the days grew long. With every shot, our love went wrong. She couldn't stay where danger hides, so she left me on the lonely side. Love under the gun, can't hold on tight. The flame burns fast in the dead of night. I gave her my heart, but she couldn't stay. The shadow of my gun drove her away. Love under the gun, too close to the flame. A heart like mine can't play that game. She gave me hope, but it wasn't enough. 'Cause love under the gun will always turn her rough. Will always turn her up. Now I ride these roads with her memory near, her voice in the wind, her name in my ear. I wonder if she found peace somewhere, while I'm left with the weight of this heavy air. Every time I look for her face, but I know I've lost the love I can't replace. Love under the gun, can't hold on tight. The flame burns fast in the dead of night. I gave her my heart, but she couldn't stay. The shadow of my gun drove her away. Love under the gun, too close to the flame. A heart like mine can't play that game. She gave me hope, but it wasn't enough. 'Cause love under the gun will always turn her up. Love under the gun, it was never meant to be. She slipped away like dust in the breeze. In the heart of the desert where the shadows loom, dusty plains whisper secrets, carries tales of doom. With the sun beating down on a lonesome street, ghosts of the fallen still roam on their feet. Ghosts of dusty plains, they're calling my name. Echoes of the past, forever the same. In the silence, I hear their cries. In this cursed town where the lost souls lie. Saloon doors creak with the weight of regret. Card games and gunfights, memories unsaid. Every face a story, every drink a sin. In the shadows of the night, the darkness creeps in. Though it carries whispers, tales of old, of outlaws and legends, their hearts turn cold. With every step I take on this barren land, I feel the weight of those who couldn't stand. So I ride through the dust with the sun setting low, chasing the phantoms, letting memories flow. In this ghost town, I'll find my way among the spirits I'll forever stay. Plains, they're calling my name. Echoes of the past, forever the same. In the silence, I hear their cries. In this cursed town where the lost souls lie. Where the lost souls lie. dusty plains, I'll carry your tale through the shadows and dust. I will prevail. In this outlaw's heart, your legacy stays forever in the echoes of dusty plains. Town where shadows creep, Smokin Joe stands tall, no time for sleep. The black vipers ride in, their eyes filled with sin. In this lawless land, the battle will begin. It's a showdown at high noon, the tensions in the air, with the fate of the town resting in despair. Guns drawn tight, the sun beats down. In the heart of the battle, no backing down. Whispers in the alley, they're thick with dread. Smokin Joe feels the darkness, thoughts in his head. He's a lawman by trade, but the line starts to blur. Digging deep in his soul, it's the pain that'll spur. It's a showdown at high noon, the tensions in the air, with the fate of the town resting in despair. Guns drawn tight, the sun beats down. In the heart of the battle, no backing down. Vipers surround him, laughter fills the space, but Smokin Joe stands firm, he won't lose face. With a heart full of fire and darkness in his eyes, he knows he must fight, or the town will die. The clock strikes 12, the duel is set. In the heat of the moment, he won't forget. A flash of steel, a crack in the air. Smokin Joe lets loose with a deadly stare. It's a showdown at high noon, the tensions in the air, with the fate of the town resting in despair. Guns drawn tight, the sun beats down. In the heart of the battle, no backing down. And the silence reigns, Smokin Joe stands tall, breaking the chains. A legend is born in the blazing sun. In the showdown at high noon, the battle is won. Shadow of the sunset, with dust in my soul, I look at my reflection, but it's lost control. The badge that once shone bright now feels like a weight, a symbol of the battles, a life filled with faith. Filled with faith. I'm dropping this broken badge, leaving it behind. No more chasing shadows, no more peace to find. With every scar I carry, I'll ride into the night. Smokin Joe's just a memory, fading from sight. The love that slipped away, the lost in the fray. Every life I took haunts me day by day. The blurred lines of justice in the heat of the fight. Now I'm left here wondering, was I ever right? Fading from sight, I'm dropping this broken badge, leaving it behind. No more chasing shadows, no more peace to find. With every scar I carry, I'll ride into the night. Smokin Joe's just a memory, fading from sight. The road stretches far, but the way feels light as I ride from dusty plains into the night. The echoes of the past will always remain, but I'll forge a new path away from the pain. In the twilight glow, I'll find my way. No badge to bind me, no price to pay. With the wind at my back and the stars in my eyes, I'm leaving behind all the hurt and the lies. Fading from sight, I'm dropping this broken badge, leaving it behind. No more chasing shadows, no more peace to find. With every scar I carry, I'll ride into the night. Smokin Joe's just a memory, fading from sight. The road stretches far, but the way feels light as I ride from dusty plains into the night. As the sun sets low, I'm finally free, dropping this broken badge. It's just me. In the heart of the night, I'll find my song, riding away from dusty plains where I belong. Through the night with a heart full of pain. The dust in my boots tells the tales of my shame. From town to town I wander alone, chasing the whiskey, finding no home. Dust and despair, it's a hell of a ride. With every gamble lost and every tear I've cried. In the shadows I linger, where the darkness grows. Just a high plains drifter, where the cold wind blows. In smoky saloons I've thrown down my cards. The stakes getting higher, life hitting hard. With every drink poured, I drown out the past, but the ghosts of my choices, they hold me fast. Dust and despair, it's a hell of a ride. With every gamble lost and every tear I've cried. In the shadows I linger, where the darkness grows. Just a high plains drifter, where the cold wind blows. The whiskey flows like a river of regret. In this dark life, I'm a ghost, don't forget. With each town I leave, I take a piece of my soul. But in the depths of despair, I've lost all control. I've danced with the reaper I've played with the fate, with a gun at my side. I can't hesitate. The laughter of friends now just echoes of pain. A drifter forever in this dust and disdain. Dust and despair, it's a hell of a ride, with every gamble lost and every tear I've cried. In the shadows I linger, where the darkness grows, just a high plains drifter, where the cold wind blows. So here I'll remain in this desolate land, with dust and despair as my only command. In the night I'll wander forever alone, a high plains drifter with nowhere to call home. I sit here alone, haunted by the faces of the lives I've overthrown. Every man I've crossed, every life I've taken, echoes of their laughter now forever forsaken. It's a life of regret, a heavy price to pay. Countless souls I've lost along the way. The ghosts of the fallen, they whisper my name. In this desolate silence, I feel the shame. The whiskey's my only friend, numbing the pain. But in the shadows, their memories remain. Fathers and brothers, sons lost in the fight. In my restless dreams, they haunt me at night. It's a life of regret, a heavy price to pay. Countless souls I've lost along the way. The ghosts of the fallen, they whisper my name. In this desolate silence, I feel the shame. The whiskey's my only friend, numbing the pain. But in the shadows, their memories remain. Fathers and brothers, sons lost in the fight. In my restless dreams, they haunt me at night. The whiskey's my only friend, numbing me down. In this cold, dark world, I wear the crown. With each passing day, I search for redemption, but the road is long, filled with attention. Where the sun meets the land, a bad man in the mirror, with a trembling hand. The life I live, filled with blood and regret. A seasoned gunslinger, but my soul's in debt. Though I look to the horizon, where the sun meets the land, a bad man in the mirror, with a trembling hand. The life I've lived, filled with blood and regret. A seasoned gunslinger, but my soul's in debt. It's a life of regret, a heavy price to pay. Countless souls I've lost along the way. The ghosts of the fallen, they whisper my name. In this desolate silence, I feel the shame. That's the truth I know, with the weight of my sins in the undertow. A life filled with choices, but none that I keep. In this life of regret, I find no peace, only deep. unsettled silence filled the air. A young outlaw stood with a cold, empty stare. He stared at Smokin Joe, lying on the ground. The legend met his end without a single sound. But before Joe fell, he whispered with a grin, "Kid, listen close, let me tell you where I've been. Life on the trigger only gets you so far. Chasing down vengeance leaves a soul full of scars. And don't follow my shadow, don't walk my path. Guns are for fools and pride never lasts. Leave this dusty trail, find peace while you can, or you'll end up like me, just a broken old man." The young gun trembled, hearing Joe's last breath. He felt the weight of the words in his chest. He glanced at the crowd, saw fear in their eyes, realized the cost of chasing those lies. He dropped his pistol, fell to his knees, whispered to the wind, "Lord, I'm begging, please. Guide me away from this road made of sin. Show me the way to start over again." Don't follow his shadow, don't walk his path. Guns are for fools and pride never lasts. Leave this dusty trail, find peace while you can, or you'll end up like me, just a broken old man. The sun dipped low, casting long shadows wide. He turned his back on his old gunslinger pride. Rode out of town with Joe's words in his ear, knowing the lesson that was finally clear. Don't follow his shadow, don't walk his path. Guns are for fools and pride never lasts. Leave this dusty trail, find peace while you can, or you'll end up like me, just a broken old man. Fading light, he found a new road with a heart made lighter. Let go of the old gunslinger's final advice, carved deep in his soul. Left that dusty town, let his spirit be whole. The sun dipped low, casting long shadows wide. He turned his back on his old gunslinger pride. Rode out of town with Joe's words in his ear, knowing the lesson that was finally clear. Shadow, don't walk his path. Guns are for fools and pride never lasts. Leave this dusty trail, find peace while you can, or you'll end up like him, just a broken old man. Fading light, he found a new road with a heart made lighter. Let go of the old gunslinger's final advice, carved deep in his soul. Left that dusty town, let his spirit be whole. In the fading light, he found a new road with a heart made lighter. Let go of the old gunslinger's final advice, carved deep in his soul. Left that dusty town, let his spirit be whole. I walked into that dusty town, a stranger in the heat. Boots worn down, hat pulled low on these tired feet. The sheriff met me at the edge, said, son, you'd best beware that this town don't take to strangers, so you better tread with care. I'm a judge, jury, and executioner too. In this town of shadows, I see the truth. With the weight of the law, I make my stand. In this one-man court, I play God's hand. I met a man with a devil's grin in the corner of the bar. Said, I've got the whole town wrapped, they won't get far. He bragged about the lives he'd wrecked, the hearts he bled dry. And I knew then and there, it was time to make him cry. I'm the judge, jury, and executioner too. In this town of shadows, I see the truth. With the weight of the law, I make my stand. In this one-man court, I play God's hand. I met a man with a devil's grin in the corner of the bar. Said, I've got the whole town wrapped, they won't get far. He bragged about the lives he wrecked, the hearts he bled dry. And I knew then and there, it was time to make him cry. I'm the judge, jury, and executioner too. In this town of shadows, I see the truth. With the weight of the law, I make my stand. In this one-man court, I play God's hand. I never wanted to be the one who decides who's free. But in this lawless land, there's just you and me. The innocent have fallen, too many graves to count. So I'll bear the burden and make it right, no doubt. So I drew my gun, steady and true. I looked him in the eye, and he knew he was through. With a single shot, justice was served. In a town so twisted, he got what he deserved. I'm the judge, jury, and executioner too. In this town of shadows, I see the truth. With the weight of the law, I make my stand. In this one-man court, I play God's hand. Now I ride on with the dust in my wake, carrying the burden of each life I take. I'm not proud, but it's what I must do. For I'm the judge, jury, and executioner too.
Way out past the dusty plains where the dust and the devil shake hands, lived a man with a 45, Smokin Joe. He walked that line. They said he killed for justice, they said he killed for gold, but the truth was buried deep inside, and the story's never told. He wasn't a hero, he wasn't a saint, just a man with a gun and a twist of fate. Smokin Joe, riding slow, haunted by the ghosts of the lives he stole. In the end, he made his stand to save a young boy from blood on his hands. One day in a dusty town, a young kid came, said he'd take Joe down. Said, I heard your name, I know your crime, and I won't stop till I make you mine. Joe lit a smoke, tipped his hat, said, boy, I've seen the road you're at. You pull that iron, you'll never be free. I know the life that's buried me. The kid just smirked, took his aim, didn't know he was playing Joe's last game. Smokin Joe, riding slow, haunted by the ghosts of the life lives he stole. In the end, he made his stand to save a young boy from blood on his hands. The shots rang out, tipped his hat, said, boy, I've seen the road you're at. For that iron, you'll never be free. I know the life that's buried me. The kid just smirked, took his aim, didn't know he was playing Joe's last game. Smokin Joe, riding slow, laid his guns down before he had to go. In the end, he saved a man, so he wouldn't walk the road he ran. Now Smokin Joe's just a name in the breeze, a legend lost in the tumbleweed sea.